In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how easy it is to install the Leak Defense Alert, the smoke detector for water leaks. You'll see that just a few minutes spent now can help you protect your home and personal belongings from the most likely cause of damage, and to protect one of our Earth's most precious resources. Before we start, let me make a little confession. I don't have a toolbox at home. I'm not handy at all. But thankfully, my wife is very handy and she has a toolbox that can handle almost anything. The reason I felt compelled to share that is because you don't need a toolbox to install the Leak Defense Alert, as you'll see in the next few minutes. There are 5 steps you need to take before you install the product to ensure that the installation goes smoothly. First, you need to make sure that you have copper piping into your home, not PVC. Now, many homes have PVC in most of the house, but most homes still have copper going into where you'll have access to install the Leak Defense Alert, and that it needs to be 1 inch or less in diameter. The location may vary as far as where you install your Leak Defense Alert. In California, like here, typically water comes in through the garage. In other parts of the country, it may be a crawl space or a basement. Any of those are fine, but you need to have access to the pipe in a protected space. However, if you discover that the pipe coming into your home is not copper and you can't find copper to put the Leak Defense Alert on, go to our website. You'll see the non-copper pipe list. Simply put your name in there. Once we develop the new leak alert for non-copper pipe, which we're working on now, we'll notify you so you can get one and install it in your home at that point. The second thing you need to determine is where you want to install the leak alert on the pipe. Horizontal is best, so for example here on the pipe, you also want to make sure you have power nearby like we do here. So what you'll do is install it in a way that ideally you can attach it to the pipe, but you're near enough to power that it's easy to do. It's low voltage, so you don't have to be concerned about that, but obviously to make it easier for yourself, the better. Also, ideally you'll want a switch that isn't an outlet that isn't on a switch, that isn't turned on and off, that it's on all the time. The third step is to locate where your shutoff valve is for the water to your home. When you calibrate the system a little bit later, you'll need to know where that is. Plus, it's always nice to know where it is anyway. But basically, here it is for our house. You just turn this to turn the water off, and now to turn the water back on. But that's the third step, is to find out where the manual shutoff is for your home. The fourth thing is to write down the password for your Wi-Fi router. If you're like me, locating that was the hardest part of the install. Once you have that, when you're ready to do the initial setup with the app, you'll need that password. So make sure you write that down and you have that handy, and that will make things go a lot smoother. For step 5 now, let's open the box and make sure you have all the components. Inside the box are the control box, the low voltage transformer, the heater sensor pad, the red silicone insulation, as well as the gray foam insulation, plastic zip ties, the scouring pad, the Velcro patch, and most importantly, your sense of adventure. So let's get started. As you're first prepared to attach the heater sensor to the pipe, you need to make sure the pipe is clean and smooth. It's okay if it's painted as long as it's clean and smooth. If it's not, just take the enclosed scouring pad and just clean it off to make sure that you have a nice, smooth, clean surface. Now look at the heater sensor. It has an arrow showing on it the proper direction of water flow. Next, you'll peel off the adhesive on the back and place it long ways on the pipe. I know your instincts are telling you to wrap it around the pipe, but you put it long ways, just like this. Hey, see, no toolbox required. Amazing. Our next step is to do a little more insulation by peeling off the backing adhesive and sticking this silicone insulation right on top of our product. It's right on top of the heater sensor. Again, insulating it because it's all temperature based. Then we'll add 2 zip ties and it's okay, you'll see it'll start to come off a little bit. That's all right, that's why the zip ties are here. So I'll grab a couple of them out. You just need really 2. There we go, and the other one. One at each end, more or less, is kind of what you're trying to do. Then if you want to be a little neater, you can just cut them, which we'll do here. Cut the end of each one, and it looks a little nicer. And the final step of insulation is to put on the gray foam, which we're going to do here. If it's an area that there's a lot of cold air or you're worried about it, you can always use the 2 additional zip ties that are in the packaging to zip tie this down. We're not going to here because this is a well protected garage with very little airflow, but you can always do that if you'd like. Now take the wired tail that comes out of the sensor and plug it into the control box. You'll notice it'll snap in. It only goes in one way, and it goes in pretty easily, but it'll snap, and you'll see that it's tight. You can allow the box to hang, which is fine, or you can use the double stick Velcro that we included in the package to either attach it to the wall right nearby or to the pipe. Either way, it doesn't matter because there's only one remaining step, which we'll do after the app, and that is to use the transformer to plug this into power into the wall outlet. So that will be the final step. But for now, we're going to stop at this and let's look at installing the app on your phone or mobile device.